thought my home service business was doing fine. That's until I plugged it into this AI system that I'm going to be sharing with you today. It showed me exactly where I was leaving money on the table, and it was in places that I didn't even know existed. What it uncovered literally changed the way we run our company. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how our AI growth operator works, what it does for our business, how it analyzes KPIs, and how it gives us insights about our business that we didn't even know about. If you're new to my channel, my name is Andrea. I own a home service business and an AI and automations business. Now, when I started in AI and automations, wanted to get into this AI trend and I wanted to just jump on the bus. No. I was completely exhausted, burned out, and tired of seeing my husband and working more than 60 hours every single week. We were chasing clients to get those past invoices paid. We were answering phone calls as we were hiding from our 2 kids under 2 years old that were crying behind the door, answering emails, text messages. The list never ends, including dealing with another 10 kids, which were our crew members, that we had to constantly be on top of them as well. And so I was completely exhausted and I decided to find a solution. First, I started with a virtual assistant and then I moved on to an AI assistant, and it completely changed my life and the way we work in our business. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be focusing specifically on my AI growth operator. What the growth operator tells me is exactly how my business is performing and the areas and the little actions that I can take on a daily and weekly basis to ensure that we take our business to the next level. Let me hit you guys with something real. If you're running your business out of your gut and how things feel, you're just flying blind in the middle of a storm. And that's exactly what we were doing 3 years ago when we first purchased our home service business. We had all these blind spots, missed follow-ups, poor crew performance, marketing that didn't convert, and we were just focusing on the revenue, thinking that, okay, it's not as bad as it is, and it's really not the way to run your company the most efficient way, and especially not the way to run it if you actually want to grow your business. The problem when doing things like that is you're running your business from inside a jar. You don't really know what's happening on the outside. And that's where artificial intelligence comes in. And that's exactly where it makes a huge difference. AI is going to look at everything from the outside and it's going to give you a complete perspective on how things operate and work in your business. Now, this is going to be cold, data-driven, emotionless, and probably painful because AI is going to be the ultimate mirror for your business. And that is exactly what I needed. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that one of my favorite AI and automation tools is make.com. And so what we did is that we actually used make.com to take all the information from our CRM. That includes revenue, all of our invoices, which jobs were completed, which jobs were closed, exactly how long it took our crew to complete every single one of those jobs. It takes all of the timesheets to know exactly when our crew clocked in, when they clocked out. We're also plugging in the number of cancellations that we've been getting from our customers, all of our recurring and active jobs, and we're taking all of this information and putting it into a Google Sheet document. So let me show you exactly how this works, guys. So let's start here. So what we did is that we actually put all this information into a Google Sheet so that we could send it over to our AI growth operator. And so some of the things that we're sending over is the number of quotes sent, quotes converted, like I said, cancellations, how many cancellations, new recurring revenue, how many hours the crew is actually working, labor costs, revenue per hour, total revenue, labor costs as a percentage of the revenue, and the crew with the highest cancellations. Now, so using OpenAI or artificial intelligence, what we did is we created an AI growth operator. And so it's going to act as a world-class business analyst and strategist. And it's going to be able to interpret raw business data and turn it into clear, actionable insights that drive rapid and sustainable growth. So we're giving it, this is a prompt that we're giving to it, and it's going to get all of our business information. And it's going to be able to analyze it the way we want it, which is by week. Now, it has the information weekly here, and we're also giving it to it monthly because some things actually make sense when you look at it per month. It's going to compare the data to the previous weeks or previous months as requested. It's going to give us strategic recommendations, tactical fix, growth leveler, opportunities, and things that we need to resolve immediately. It's going to explain the insights, give us exactly what we need to act on, and it's going to provide an action plan. Okay. So we're telling it exactly what they're going to be receiving, and it's going to provide us with an output. It's going to compare exactly what we need to, what we want to see. Here's the final output. Okay, so here we use make.com. And so this is exactly the automation that we've created. And so it triggers every single Friday. So we're actually receiving this report on a weekly basis. But using make.com, this report actually gets updated every single day immediately. Okay. From our growth, why we want to have this information from our AI focused on growth. So the reason why we want to have all the insights from our growth operator on a weekly basis is because on a weekly basis, my partner is meeting with our manager. And so he wants to go over all the KPIs on a weekly basis and make sure that we are focused on the growth of the business. Our goal is to take the business to $100,000 per month. So if we implement these strategies, we should be able to get the business to grow as we expected. So the automation that we've created on Make is that it triggers, again, every single Friday. It's going to send this particular Google spreadsheet to our AI operator. It sends it on a monthly, and then it actually, on top of the KPIs that we put together, it's also sending the complaints that we've received from our customers, as well as the reasons for cancellations that we have received from our customers. And then it's sending it here to our AI agent. Okay, it's giving all of this information, and we've selected the AI agent that we created here on OpenAI. Okay, so this is the assistant that we created that has the specific prompt regarding our business, and we're sending the message here that tells it exactly the week that we want to analyze, which is the week that has already been completed at the end of the week, and it has the overall business data, complaints, cancellations, reasons. Okay, so then it's going to send an email automatically to our managing team, and this is what the email looks like. So it gives the weekly revenue, if we like our churn rate, if it increased, decreased. Our goal is to make sure that we improve something every single week, like at least 1% improvement, because if we do that consistently, we will be able to grow our business as we expected. Now, it gives us here like all the little data here, but this is where it gets interesting. So it's going to give us a strategic analysis. Now, it tells us this week churn rate was significantly lower than the previous weeks, which is a positive development. Now, the number of hours worked has increased this week compared to the prior weeks. Yet, the labor cost as a percentage of revenue has decreased, signaling increased operational efficiency. So these are things that we weren't even tracking, that we didn't even know had an impact on our, they have an impact in your business, but you're not actually seeing the raw data. You're not actually aware of it, So this has been pretty, it's good. It hits home. It's exactly what we needed and what we need to do. The quote conversion rate remains low, indicating a need for sales improvement and strategies or better targeting of prospects. So it either says that we need to train our manager to make sure that he improves sales to ensure that we increase that conversion rate, or we need to do something with the marketing to ensure that we're targeting the right people. It also gives us some tactical fixes here, increase follow-ups, implement regular follow-up reminders for teams to ensure that all scheduled tasks are completed to reduce customer complaints. And finally, review quote process, analyze the quoting process to identify barriers to conversion and streamline communication to improve conversion rates. So it's giving us ideas, opportunities, things that we can do and implement right now to grow the business and just do things better and goals to grow it. So this is exactly what we need. Here, growth opportunities, cross-selling and upselling, maximize revenue from existing customers by introducing additional services like seasonal enhancements. So sending those upselling as emails, we have so many customers that we're just losing opportunities on cross-selling them and upselling them on services. And so this is just a reminder of all the things that we could do to increase that revenue on a monthly basis. Efficiency improvements, enhanced crew training on job efficiency and quality to reduce complaints and improve customer satisfaction. So red flags, quote conversion rate only at 8.33 this week. The conversion rate indicates a need for improvement sales strategies. Complaints around service quality and completed tasks require immediate attention to prevent potential churn. Action plan, it gives you an action plan per department, analyze recent quotes and conversions, results to refine the sales approach. So it's very like complete. And now it really gives you a whole like different perspective on what we can do with the business and the things that we can actually change, do things better and to grow the business. Guys, and in the next video, I'm actually going to be putting together another AI agent that is going to analyze all of our finances. So it's going to take all of our accounting from QuickBooks and submit it to this AI agent so we get a full picture of our business finances and how we're performing and how we're doing. So we can see exactly where we're bleeding money and where we can improve. For this particular growth agent, we're able to gather all of the timesheets from our crew and we're able to submit it to it. So it keeps that team accountability. And using that same automation, we can actually know exactly and get an alarm, like my partner can get an alarm and know exactly when someone has missed a day, when someone has not clocked in on time and they're actually arriving late, and we know exactly who's performing and who's underperforming. We've also implemented something different where we're actually giving our crew members a link where they could actually submit anonymous feedback. And so we know exactly how the entire crew is doing, like what is happening when the crew is out there in the truck and nobody's seeing them and the manager is not there. And so what is happening with those 4 or 3 people that are riding that truck? So those things, everything that we're gathering and we're putting together, we can actually submit to our AI growth operator who can now give us deep insights and clear information on what we can do to improve our systems, our operations, and eventually increase our revenue and our profit. There has been a huge change in our business from before we implemented artificial intelligence into it. We were a huge chaos. We were running in circles, doing a million things at the same time. We couldn't get our business to grow. And so now that we have actually implemented systems that use artificial intelligence and automations, we are able to look at things from a different perspective and we're able to do things better and bigger. And so my goal here is throughout this journey, show you guys exactly what has been working for us and what has made a huge difference in our business and what will continue to actually help us grow and what are the things that maybe didn't work as well as we expected them to. If you guys haven't implemented artificial intelligence into your business, I definitely encourage you guys to do so. Just a small couple of tweaks are going to be huge and are going to save you a lot of time and money in your business. Just by using ChatGPT, you can actually be a lot more efficient in your operations. And so if you don't know how to implement this or you don't want to do it yourself and you want someone to guide you through the strategy of implementing all of this in your business, definitely reach out to me. I have put a link in the description box so you can reach out to me and we can do a full audit of your business and see where you can implement artificial intelligence and automations to save you time and make you more money. Now it's time to stop doing everything manually and it's time to hire technology to do things for you so you can get your time and freedom back. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up please, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I upload a new video. See you on the next one. Bye.